Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me as we continue on with the next part of a live reaction playthrough of Dawntrail. So just as a quick recap from last time, we ended up going here to Yaktel for I think the second to last feat. Yeah, so it's the feat of repast where we have to basically join up with one of the other claimants. In our case, it's Koana, and we have to make a meal. And at first, it doesn't seem like that obvious why they're doing it, but after learning a bit more about the history of this meal, we understand a lot more that this is actually a symbol between the Jabrali and the Mamuja's alliance. Well, maybe not alliance, but kind of like, what's the word? I guess peaceful tolerance of each other. So uh, the ceasefire, I guess. So this meal represents the ceasefire between the two clans, and us going through all these steps to actually learn everything has actually given us a much broader idea to why this is so important. Who knows how things are going with Bakul Jaja and Zaroja, but we are getting ready to find, hopefully, the last remaining ingredient so that we can continue on with the story. So let's go ahead and I might have to get new ones here. These keep coming entangled. But let's go ahead and see where we go from here. Okay, so we got Claire standing with all the others. Oh, that's right. She sensed that somebody was watching us. We don't know who it was just yet. But the feat of repast, and we got ourselves a present. Okay. Wukavu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Shabrak Pelu. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Nanuja leaves, unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Okay, so we got like a monument or something. Trying to wonder why they're hiding behind trees here. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true. Especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Yeah, I mean, it's been 80 years and yet everything's still charred. Namachi, Claire, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. I mean, there's nothing around here but, like, ash and burnt trees. Like, look here, the soil has been recently overturned. Ooh, someone's buried a box. Don't tell me we're actually getting, like, hidden treasure here. Well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are, fresh Najul leaves. Hamu Ruuk's doing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. Trying to understand if that makes sense. So we planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wukavu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the feat of reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ishihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolo and what they hold dear. I mean, she kind of just stumbled her way through there, but should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. I hope we see him again. I love this guy. For now, I take my leave. Cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Exbriat. Change in the air, it seems. Another one of those sinkholes. Yeah, you think after 80 years, like, something would grow back. But we got what we need, and we gotta go and start cooking, it seems. Oh my god, they're so cute! I mean, they're violent, but still, they're so cute! I've always wanted a sugar glider as a pet. They're just so damn adorable. But I have cats here, so it wouldn't last long, I bet. Well, I don't know. I've never seen these guys actually try to hunt down, like, a sugar glider. To be honest, they're not the brightest I've ever had. Alright, so we're close to the village. So, which one's next? I think it's the Feet of the Brotherhood? I'm trying to remember the Tuliolo saga, so... Yeah, and we still are missing the keystone that Bakul Jaja stole, so we still have to get that one back. But once we get this keystone, there's only that one and the final one. So we're up to 5, I think, once we have this one. And once we get the one back from Bakul Jaja, we'll have 6. I'm trying to remember, but it's hard to think right now. But that's usually the case with me. And where am I going? Why are there so many turns in this village? It's like it's made up in circles. That's annoying. Alright, but we're back. Glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. Yeah, and you're making me hungry now. I think I'm going to go ahead and make dinner once I'm done here. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Wukavu came along and helped us find them. Wukavu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Don't we all? Yes, and he gave us an important history lesson. That Galu Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. I don't know, they do say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Rianjay and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. Of course. That would be too easy. And I'm pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has on offer. Alfie, please! Enough with the firewood! Spoken like a true expert. I guess she's just as tired as I am on hearing that. Ernville and I found our chabrel, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. I'm not surprised. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Well, it's in his nature to do that. I picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achote. I'm told a resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Oh, really? How'd he do that? Aye. Through further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spice. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. I am! I can do it! I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. Really? And you, I hope, as I recall, you are an accomplished culinarian. Thank you! Thank you for bringing that up. Ooh, my mouth is watering already! Without further delay, then.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
Oh boy, I was kind of expecting you guys not to show back up from all the fighting.
At first I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bako Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready.
Oh, they look like tacos. Or maybe burritos? What's the difference?
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
Who else here thinks like he only chose this particular test because He just wanted someone else to cook for him. Nice way of getting a free meal.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
What, we don't
I
get a
believe
meal?
we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Well, it looks the same.
I see.
Ooh. Oh, that's not a good sign.
While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated in spice before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Which these two are not interested in.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
Of course. Of course he would say that. Oh boy. I don't like this.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
Ooh, that's not good. I held on to hope.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
Oh boy. He doesn't learn his lesson, does he?
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime.
Okay, that's a scary look. What's with you?
This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
I mean, I held on to hope that Zeroja would come
Okay.
around, but now I'm
Finish your
really
meal.
leaning more towards
too
it's
is
not
part
going to
of
end
the
well
feat.
for him.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Did we not get anything?
That was bliss.
That was bliss.
You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Aha. Very funny. So you're not the first person to ask me that.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then.
So I guess we're going to be heading on to the next place.
I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
Think you and me both.
We can do better than that, surely.
He's trying. You gotta give the guy credit. He really is trying.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important.
What?
Was there any Shipbrook people left? I could really use another helping.
Come on. Hey, at least you got some. From what I could tell, the rest of us didn't get any. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having Shipwreck Pibel again. Here, Claire. Kryl made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it! I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself now that the feat of repast is over. The villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Oh! It's a housing item. Alright. New wares are now available. Huh? New wares. Alright, so... Alphino, a father's grief. Next feat awaits, and Alphino will have you on the road as soon as possible. Why father's grief? That sounds dark. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the ride, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of the Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Tielberek traverse, which connected the upper forest to the Jatika heartland, is still impossible. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use this time as we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surrounds, if Urnvel would oblige me with a tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. Then I'll come with you, if only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. Sure. Nobody's dare saying a word, though. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yachtel. Oh, that's right, I keep forgetting about that. Oh, that's right. Mablu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades past, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us, Claire? Really? Do I not get a moment to myself here? Let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yaktel some 20 years ago. Oh yeah, and that's clear. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. I mean, is someone going to remember a random traveler that passed through here like, whoa, I did not see that. Is someone going to remember a random traveler that passed through here 20 years ago, though? I mean, that seems kind of optimistic to me. Foreign mage, 20 years ago? Yes, I remember him. Wow, what are the odds? It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. A baby girl, as I recall. Oh my god! Kryl, are you actually from the New World? I only saw him in passing, mind. If anyone were to know more, I wager it would be Hanmuk Rook. He was already Jabral Rax then. Baby girl? Couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful. I mean, what are the odds, Kryl? It's obviously you! Man, what are the odds, though? Though now that I think about it, maybe it does make sense because, you know, visitors from on the other side of the world coming to a tiny village isn't exactly an everyday occurrence. This may be the very lead I was hoping for. Hello again. Do you require assistance? Foreign mage passed through Jack Barack's around 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you? He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? And not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. Foreign mage did indeed visit Jack Barack's Master Gallop. Yes, okay, it was him. Which means the baby he was carrying was Kryl. So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. Oh, he's hiding something. Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say that Yorkui once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly? General curiosity indeed. But yes, before they withdrew to Ukupacha some 5 centuries ago, the Yorkui claimed Yaktel as their own. Many of their architecture remains can be found in the lower forest, the Jatika heartland. And that's where they must have had their visions. Interesting there. Thank you. That answers much and more. I understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. Oh. By helping the third promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. He definitely knows a lot more than what he's saying. But longing for family. Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you, Claire. May I request a moment of your company? Why? Go on, we'll wait for you. Look, when you look at them side by side, they look like they're related. Like, is he here to tell us something? Why us specifically? Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. I mean, I highly doubt this is going to be like an ambush or something. Why take the road there when you can just jump down and take the shortcut? It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kryle's plea has softened my resolve. As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Yeah, he has to be. He has to be. Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wuklamant. Does me well to hear that. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Shabrali, so when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when first I held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. Oh, wow. 3 years old. An accident, it was said, but I knew better. She had been pushed. Oh, wow. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jatika heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mamuja and Shabrali have learned to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such an irreprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, criminals sought to undermine the future of the Shabrali. I was determined not to let them succeed, and so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote, and gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Dawn's servant Galu Jaja. Though she was born to lead the Shabrali, fate had greater plans for Wuklamant. Only the Dawn servant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rancor between the Shabrali still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. And so I ask you, not as a Dawn servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the Third Promise, defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me? What's the deal with all these dads asking us to look after their kids? Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliolo, but as a concerned father. Okay, I get everything now. And I knew it! I knew he was her dad! Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. Seriously, like, why do all these dads keep... Oh. Wait. Oh, no. That's not good. That is not good at all. Yay! Level up! Okay, taking a stand. Stands quietly as an expression, not a claim. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. Honestly, like, what is the deal with all these parents? It feels like all these parents are constantly asking us to look after their kids. Why us? Oh. I mean, he could have asked, he doesn't know us. He could have literally asked any one of the entourage here, but he specifically chose us. Not that it feels like we're actually doing much in terms of defending. We're just kind of tagging along. Oh! Okay, okay. This is going to be good. Okay, speaking of Luthameth, we got several cutscenes in sequence, and it's going to be an instance duty! Yay! This will be fun! You're back! So what did Hamuk Rook want? Oh, nothing. Just wanted to talk to an outsider. That's my secret. It's alright, you don't have to say. More importantly, the Tilbrick Traverse still isn't clear yet. Something about even more rocks. Of course it's rocks. It's always rocks. And I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. A nap does sound tempting. A moment promise. I'm only guessing the voice here. Oh, that can't be good. Hello, kitty. What do you want? You're one of Bakul Jaja's. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why is that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? Don't tell me you kidnapped the guy. And they say house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise. Oh god, this will not be fun. Nope, won't be fun at all. What is with you, kitty? It is so hard to maneuver when you have a big fat cat in the way. Not that I don't love you, but still.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
This is another ambush, isn't it? This ain't gonna end well. Hi. Well, he sure doesn't waste time, does he?
Oh, Morok! Bakuljaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on, look. Surely you recognize your real father.
And so it's out.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted sellsword. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Man, you think
Is it
that they
true?
would have waited.
Is Homoruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
Well, that's playing dirty. Yes, what do you want, kitty?
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue.
Oh, are we going after him?
By, house cat. They've been instructed to put down Papa dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
That is cold.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
I mean, come on, shouldn't he be disqualified? I mean, he's threatening an elector for crying out loud.
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
Oh, come on, tell me that we get to help out. Hey.
I know I didn't hear you right.
You should back down before you get hurt.
You think this weakling could hurt me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all!
You know, you got some real anger management issues
Don't
here,
look
buddy.
away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
Really? We're honestly not doing anything?
Eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people.
Oh, wait, we're playing as Wooplamet now! Skill for combat, Wooplamet will gain the resolve she needs to unleash powerful limit breaks. Wow. Is that how it works now? Not only do these attacks deal great damage, they will recover HP, use them early, and often to emerge victorious. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I feel like this could have been handled very differently. Okay, so is it really just us? I guess so. Come on, like, can't we, like... I'm just looking at these... that's attack. Attack. Moves, powerful attack. Sorry. I mean, we couldn't even... She couldn't even attack this guy before. Whoa, that was a blow.
I'll cut you to shreds!
Oh, look. There's in the background. We've actually...
Magic should be more than enough for Miss Mutants.
Oh my god, we've actually been turned to an NPC. What am I... Whoa, what do I do? What is this? What is this? I don't know what to do. Whoa. Oh. Well, that was lucky.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the blade, warrior.
I mean, was there a point in him asking us to look after his daughter if we're not going to really be looking after her? Like...
Is no longer abusing me.
Unleash her potential?
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
Come on. Like, this guy's tough. Whoa, what? What now? I don't like this. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, oh no, oh no. Oh. Okay, so the green ones you want to stand in close. Crap. If I die here... Yeah, if I die here, please don't judge me too harshly. Oh man. What the? I don't want to fight 4 at once! Oh, that was pure luck. That was completely pure luck that I was standing there. Okay, so let's just stand right here. Yeah, it doesn't really add up to me.
Understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Come on. Like, I feel like they're just trying to shove like these after school special, like these life lessons down our throats here at this point. I mean, she couldn't even scratch the guy. Now suddenly she's like on par with him. I don't get how this works. I guess we didn't get that one, middle one. Crap. Oh man. Okay, we're getting another limit break. I'll give her this. Like, she seems to have like a special connection when it comes to Dynamis if she's able to use so many limit breaks on her own. How come you've never used these abilities before, Wuklamad? Seriously.
Not enough to claim the title of Dawn Servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
Come on. Whoa, 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 this ain't good. That's not good. It's following us. Why is it following us? Why do you keep going to like the whole house cat theme? Come on, use some more insults. Oh crap. Oh crap, please tell me that we step in. No, we don't.
I will be the next Dawn Servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'll give her that.
That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you.
What? But that was everything!
stand it anymore! Attack!
Oh, come on! Seriously!
You bring shame upon us.
You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh, the great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! What changed? She wasn't like this before!
And we win. I'm not happy. I'm really not happy about this. Well, at least we get our keystone back.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
Yeah, I'm not happy about this either. I'm really not.
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing. But you've endangered too many innocents.
Seriously, how is he still in the contest?
No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
Oh. Something gonna happen?
No. No.
What? What was that? What was that?
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
Oh, it was because of him.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
I think it was pretty obvious what he was planning.
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you alright?
Well, this is
so
awkward.
what the cool Jaja said about you and me.
I... Ha. But to single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter. It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Kulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next Dawn servant.
I'm trying here.
Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Okay, I will save what I'm thinking for the end when I give my, I guess, my review, but yeah, I'm not liking. I did not like that. I did not like how they handled that. Oh, hi, Shiloh. Alright, so seems we're the last to return. I'm glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Keeping out of the fight, even when it got dirty, couldn't have been easy for you. But Bakul Jaja won't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I wanted to prove to myself that I can stand up to such villains, even when I stand alone. Which isn't to say I won't ask for your help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. Earlier in the Second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Pibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Hyolal's hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I failed to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
No. Okay, I was not happy before, but I'm happier now.
Is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage? That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said.
Hi, kitty.
And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I hear ya.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
You are making this hard. Oh, that's what I remember. Getting them in the fields. Okay, into the Traverse, so that's gonna be the next quest here. You are cute, kitty. You really are cute, but still. So I think we'll finish up with this quick quest. So what's the state of the Shablink Traverse? Still being cleared, I'd assume. Amug said that he would notify us as soon as the work was done. Then perhaps now would be a good time to consider how we might reclaim Muklamed's stolen keystone. The next feat will be our last, after all. Alright. I was feeling all warm and cozy inside, and now we come back to this. Oh, I already got it back. What? When? Not to mention how. This is Bakul Jaja we're talking about. Exactly! Jeez. I mean, I don't mean to sound sour here, but I'm just not happy. So I taught him a lesson and took my keystone back. You bested Bakul Jaja in single combat? Bravo! What can I say? I've had good friends to encourage and cheer me on. There you are. Our excavators have contacted me with news of their success. The Telblek Traverse is now safe to travel. And we can finally make for Mamuk. Come to think of it, isn't it Bakul Jaja's home? We can only hope its residents don't share his winning personality. It is indeed the city where Kitanram first met the Dawn Servant. Surely some civility awaits us. I would not be so certain. It is true that the Dawn Servant received Kitanram in Mamuk and was instrumental in the establishment of friendly relations between the Shabrali and Mamuja. But since that time, most of the Mamuja who supported his peace have left their city in favor of abiding in the capital. Makes sense to me. What remains is a cloister of Mamuk, and while these traditionalists do not take up arms against us, neither do they bear great love for outsiders. Oh boy! What fun this will be. Whatever they're like, the people of Mamuk are also of Tuliolo. If I'm to be Dawn's servant, it's my job to know them first of all. How many times are you going to go on about this? Well, we'll be on our way then. I'm glad I could learn about where I came from and eat so much Shabrek Pebel besides. Thank you for everything, Hamuruk. Until next time, take care. First, we make our way across the Exbuilt cinder fields due southeast. Okay, I think we'll call it a day once we actually make it to the village. How you have grown indeed. Again, I'm holding my tongue for now. Why not? It's been a while since I've used this mount. Wow, we got a bit of a ways to go. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about how I'm feeling here. It's just that first half, when we first found out about him being Wuklemet's dad, like, or at least her birth father, it's like, I enjoyed that. I did like that. And I thought it was funny that all these dads keep asking us, you know, keep an eye on my kid, she kind of needs someone there to look after her. But that second part, I don't know, we're the main character here, and we were turned into an NPC. I'm not sure I'm supposed to feel about that. So, while I can't say that I'm thrilled about how that all ended, I mean, didn't they go on and on about the whole, like, it's important to rely on others, you can lean up on us, like, if you need it. And Wuklemet, until now, like, she struggled. Like, back in, like, with the Hanu, like, she couldn't even scratch the guy. He just went and threw her like she was nothing. And now, all of a sudden, not only is she strong enough to be able to fight him, but take on, like, all of his lackeys at the same time? Like, come on! Like, couldn't we have just jumped in to help? Or, like, I feel like they could have handled that so much better. And I know it's like saying, like, we're supposed to be taking on more of a mentor role here. Well, that would work if we were actually doing any teaching. Like, so far, we're just kind of standing around and, like, just being, like, someone to, you know, voice Wuklemet's thoughts to. Like, it doesn't feel like we're, like, a mentor here. Like, maybe, like, every once in a while, like, we would take, like, she would come to us, like, on the side and, like, can you train me? Can you teach me, like, a few moves here? And, like, that might make more sense, but you know what, that move with Kana, like, with Kona at the end, like, I feel, like, it really got to me. I enjoyed that part. Traverse will bring us straight into the Jatika heartland. Remember how you insisted this forest is green? You're just going to leave us off with that? So I know I'm going into a bit of a rant here, but it just does not feel right, okay? Because it just feels like we're just going over and over again. Like, Wuklemet is just kind of talking to herself here. Like, she's just repeating to herself, I'm gonna be Dawn's servant. Like, I want everyone to be happy. It was like, I feel like I'm watching an after-school special. The path is quite steep, isn't it? Let's take our time and descend safely. Don't mind me, I could probably just jump right down there if I wanted to, but I don't really want to right now. Be like, I've forgotten how many times, like, we've heard her say, I'm gonna be Dawn Servant! Like, it was cute the first few times, but, like, I've heard it so often now, I've just kind of lost all interest. Spoke with one of the excavators on my way down. Apparently Bakul Jaja cleared away the one fallen tree remaining by barreling through it. That Wuklamat single-handedly defeated someone possessed of his physical might is nothing short of remarkable. I mean, what was the point? Like, still, we ought to proceed with caution. There's no telling what his wounded pride might compel him to attempt. I mean, it kind of feels like there's really no point in, like, I guess both of her dads asking us to look after her, because, like, that shouldn't have happened that way. It does not feel like it should have happened. At least not in that way. Like, I'm all for characters getting stronger, but that makes no sense to me! Randall said this traverse was dug to facilitate incursions into the forests above. Intentions notwithstanding, you have to admire the dedication. But I really am glad that they went ahead and added that part with Kona at the end, because, like, that's what I really love. Like, really taking a moment to get to, like, the real heart of somebody who's struggling. And, like, I don't need to hear, like, all of these cutesy, like, power, friendship, like, I can do this, I'm gonna be Dawn Servant. Like, come on. I just, again, I don't mean to rant, but I'm just not happy. Alluring, isn't it? More ways than one. Take my pairing stone and hold it close to the glowing rock. To hold the parting stone in a soft glow, it fixes itself to the boulder with surprising force. Pairing stones are natural magnets, and that's a meteorite filled with iron, one of many remnants of an ancient meteor shower. The heterogeneous ether they emit causes surrounding flora to grow unique hues, as you can see. Really? I did not know that. So these glowing boulders came plummeting down from the heavens? Vidrell be merciful. There you are. Blue, it's all blue. I'm sure Alfie feels right at home. Far cry from the upper forests, indeed. This place is already so fascinating. I'm eager to hear what the people of Mamuk can tell us about it. Keep running, we're almost there. And, yep, there's another etherite, so. It is beautiful down here, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Mamulja here interact with us. And why is that tree, like, curved like that? You know, I should stop asking such questions like that. Like, you think I'd be used to it by now. Alright, first things first. Alright, now I feel better. Rather more quiet than I expected. As this is also my first time visiting Mamuk, I have no experience interacting with the locals. But given Hamuk Rook's parting words, I would advise a cautionary approach. Alright, so we've made it and we're about to take on the next feat. So if you can't convince Wuklemet to be cautious as well. Why are you always looking to me like I can control her? City of Silence. So that's going to be the next quest, but I think we'll go ahead and pause it for right there for right now. Okay, so I think it's time to go into the review, though I already did give a explanation somewhat to how I feel about it. It started off good, started off really good. I enjoyed seeing, Wuklemet and Kona working side by side with each other. And I do wish that we could have seen more like Bakul Jaja and Zeroja interacting. I'm sure that was interesting, to say the least. And hearing about Wuklemet's biological father, that was interesting as well. Like, at first I was thinking like, oh wait, maybe he's just seeing her as his daughter because she died, because that's what he was making it sound like. But no, she really is his biological daughter, and he gave her away to the Dawn servants in an attempt to protect her because he didn't want to take any more chances of her safety, which I understand. Like, that couldn't have been easy for him to do. But it just feels like, like, I did like that he was asking us to, keep an eye on her for me, help keep her safe. But here it was like, was there really a point in having that conversation? Because, kind of proved like she can look after herself, which I don't see how. Because, like, before, she couldn't even scratch the guy. Like, he tossed her aside like she was nothing. Like, he even cracked her axe. And now all of a sudden, like, it hasn't even been that long. Like, it hasn't even been, like, what, a few days at most, and suddenly she's strong enough to, like, fight par on him, like on equal footing with him. And not only him, but, like, a small army. Like, really? Like, how does that work? I mean, I can understand how we can do it because we've done it multiple times, but, like, the fact that we were just reduced to being an NPC, we were just watching from the sidelines, you think we could have jumped in at that point and helped out, or, like, maybe have it, like, in two separate parts. Like, we leave Wuklemet to fight against Bakul Jaja, we go after her dad. I don't know if I should call him her dad, but we'll just call him her dad for now. So we could have gone after her dad. We could have taken care of, like, that entire, like, army on our own while rescuing him, and then come back in time to see her beat Bakul Jaja. I think that would have been better, personally, because it shows, like, Wuklemet she knows how to work well with others, but she can still stand on her own, and I think that would have shown more than just, like, I can take on everybody now all of a sudden. Like, since when? Like, since when could you pull out that power? That would have been so helpful earlier. So, yeah, that's what bugs me about it, because, like, I get what the point here is. It's like, how do I put this? Because it feels like so far we've just been pushed into, like, the passenger seat here. We're just kind of along for the ride. It's kind of one of the things that kind of bugged me about Stormblood, because it feels more like we were bystanders. We're just standing on the sidelines. We're just watching events play out. Whereas in other stories, like in Heaven's Word, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, like, we were essential to the story. Like, everything was happening around us. But here we're just watching from the sidelines. We're letting Wuklemet kind of stumble her way through. And, like, some people are going to say, like, I mean, I like Wuklemet as a character, but I feel like she was just poorly written. Like, I feel like they could have written things so much easier, like, so much better for her. And, like, it would be one thing, like, if it actually showed us as, like, we're training her, we're actually being more of a mentor figure to her instead of just, like, somebody for her to just voice her thoughts to. Because that's basically what we are. Like, we're not training her, really. We're just kind of, like, following her around, making sure she doesn't get into too much trouble. And she's just kind of stumbling her way through this. And so that's why I didn't like it. I really don't. Like, I feel like they could have done something a lot better with that. But that scene with Kona at the end, though, did kind of redeem that scene a bit for me, because, like, I understand, like, it really got to me. Like, I don't know what it was about that conversation, but I felt a lot more emotional, like, listening to him kind of just bare his soul to the others, like especially to like Urianger, who was very similar to Kona, because he was very stoic, he didn't really let people in. And it wasn't until like everything that happened with the Warriors of Darkness, like at the end of Heaven's Word, that he really started to actually let people in a little bit. But then Shadowbringers came along, and then he really started to, like, you know, trust us and really open up a lot more, and we got to know him a lot better. And it's like, it got to me there. Like, that scene alone got me, like, more attached to Kona than, like, the hundreds of other times that we've heard Wuklammet say, I'm gonna be Dawn Servant, I know all about peace, like, I understand what I need to do to protect my people. It was like, oh, that's good, but you don't have to keep repeating it. We get it. Okay, so yeah, that was my review. I'm so sorry about the rant. I just had to say it. Like, again, I don't think that Wuklammet is a bad character necessarily. I just think that they could have written it better for her. So I really wish that they did. But yeah, so we are here in Mamuk, and we are about to participate in our last feat. And I think that once we complete that, that's going to be the end of the Rite of Succession. And of course, I think that Wuklammet is going to become Dawn Servant. I mean, how can she not, with everything that's been going on and on about her, like if she doesn't become Dawn Servant, I think that would be funny, because we've listened to I'm going to be Dawn Servant 100 times by now. But yeah, so I think that means that we'll be officially halfway through the game. Yeah, I think it's like once you're through the 3rd dungeon, which should be coming up soon enough, but once you're through the 3rd dungeon, that's when you're pretty much at the halfway mark. And then that's supposed to be where it feels like another story is going to be kicking off. So it's going to be taking place where, like with Heritage Found, Solution 9, the mysterious 6th zone. Oh, and Shalone. I don't know why I keep forgetting Shalone. So that's a bunch more places. So we got at least 3 more places, and Solution 9 is probably going to be the hub area. I still don't know how we're going to be going from this to that. Like old world versus like technological sci-fi. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ranting on. Let me know how you feel about this. Like, maybe if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But until next time, everyone, please take care.